go. The Vikings have their sights set on Culver, Stockton, and Baker, the two teams in the tied for third. We want to get one of those spots if you can. Here are the starting lineups. Well, might as well go right to Chayla Rutledge. Chayla Rutledge, 33 points last time these teams met. She wears number 42. She is a heck of a ball player. As you heard Coach say, Talia Earle's going to get that defensive assignment today. She is out of Stockton, Missouri. Jackie Ziesel is a 5'9 senior. She's out of St. Joe. Jade Reed hit a couple of threes, had 10 points in that first game, the 5'11 senior. Allie Taff is the point guard, a 5'1 sophomore. She's out of St. Joe. And then Jordan Kramer, 5'10 junior. Jordan hails from Winchester, Kansas. For the Vikings, they'll go with their usual starting lineup, I think. Well, it's senior day. Maybe they'll switch it up a little bit. Looks like they will. Paris Johnson going to get a start today. But here's Talia Earls. Talia, of course, the leading scorer and rebounder out of Indianapolis, the 5'10 senior. Paris Johnson, the senior, starting today, 5'6", out of Kansas City, Kansas. DJ Jenkins, Fresno, California. Her mom is here. And DJ, the 5'4 senior. Kelsey Griffin, she is from Marshall. Her parents here, of course, the 5'7 senior. And then also in the starting lineup today will be the junior from Indianapolis, Kiana Horton, 6' junior. Joe, it was nice to see Sam Kicksmiller in uniform today. Sam is out there. She won't play, knee injury, but I see her parents are across the way, so, boy, it's a shame she couldn't play her senior season.
You know, and she could really have helped this team, Ken. She was a very good player on the inside, very physical, got much better as time went on. Yeah, it's a shame. I got a chance to talk to Sam a little before the game. Played for Coach Herb Webster up at Kearney. Yep. Said her dad was a good ball player. Said he taught her a lot, and glad to see her a part of this. You know, Ken, you look at this Benedictine team, they sit right now at 10-5, like you said, in second place in the conference. Or excuse me, not 10-5, 12-3 in second place in the conference. But they've lost two of their last three games. They got beat a week ago Thursday by Baker. Then got blitzed by Mid-America, 82-48 last Saturday. They got a win over Graceland Thursday night. But they really, the last few ball games, have not been playing quite as well as they have for most of the season. So let's hope maybe this is a good time for this Viking team to catch them.
The Ravens in black with the red trim, the Vikings in white with a purple trim, and we're set to go. And, of course, there's a little perspiration or a little water on the court. We'll see that from time to time. There are some skylights here, and we had some ice and snow last night, and then it warmed up above 40 degrees today, so quick melt. And so that we may have a pause or two on the action today because of that. This women's Raven team, Joe, kind of like the men, they rely on their defense. They only score 64 points a game, but they only give up 62 points a game.
And that first game with the Vikings was a shootout. That one ended up 86-81. Both teams really had a good offensive day. And like you said, Rutledge, 33 points. We've got to keep her under control today.
Let's see if Talia can do that on the defensive end. Tip is controlled by... It's going to be Benedictine ball as Talia and DJ couldn't keep it from going out of bounds. The tip was controlled by Horton, but the Vikings couldn't corral it. So, first possession will belong to the Ravens. Allie Taff into the forecourt, leaves it for Jade Reed. Reed at the top of the key, swings it to Ziesel right in front of the Viking bench. Back out front, and they'll work it down low. Good spin move with the left hand. Shot is up, no good by Jade Reed. Knocked away by the Vikings. Kiana Horton, it'll belong to the Ravens underneath.
You know, the Vikings have matched up against this team pretty well. Last year we beat them twice out in Atchison, once during the regular season, then upset them first round of the playoffs.
Here it comes into Rutledge, turns baseline, flips it up, won't go. Horton had her hands on it, ball goes out of bounds, and it was last touched, I believe, by Jade Reed, Viking ball.
Yeah, good job by the Vikings, and Coach Folsom told me I think Rutledge had a 30-plus game against Graceland on Thursday night,
wow.
So yeah, good job that time. Talia was on her pretty tough. She missed a tough shot, but Talia can give her trouble on defense.
Here's Paris Johnson out front. Now they'll swing it around to Kelsey Griffin, one of the seniors on this team. Horton takes the top of the key against his own defense. Back it comes to Paris. Three on the way. Just off the hit of the rim. DJ fights for the rebound, tips it to Kelsey Griffin, and the Vikings reset the offense. No score. We played a minute. DJ off to Paris Johnson, weaves to the free throw line, off to Earls on the right wing. Underneath, they give it to Horton, and leaning over the top and picking up the foul will be the aforementioned Jayla Rutledge, her first.
Yeah, nice job getting the ball inside that time. That's what the Vikings need to do, go right at the interior of that Benedictine defense, and they did it well that time.
DJ to trigger it in, looks, fires it out high for Paris Johnson. Johnson brings it back with a left-handed dribble to the top of the key, leaves it for Kelsey Griffin. Griffin now back to Talea. Talea will drive free throw line. Her runner won't go, and the rebound is pulled down by Ziesel.
Need a big game from Talea Earls today.
Taft out front, Jade Reed. Reed holds it high above her head, now swings it to Rutledge, a good outside shooter, and she knocks this one down. It's a 2. She was on the line, but she has the first 2 points of the ball game. It's 2-zip. Ravens with a lead. Viking offense has kind of struggled the last 2 games at Peru and at Culver. See if they can pick it up this afternoon.
Vikes need to run against this team. Don't want to get in a half-court game with them. Need to run as much as we can.
Horton goes baseline, spins right around her gal, and goes in, lays it in. Kiana has her first 2. She had 10 in the first meeting.
And she wheeled right around Rutledge that time, got a basket that time, drew a foul last time. So that's a good job by Kiana.
Here is Taft driving baseline, kicks it back out to Jade Reed. Her shot a little long. Offensive rebound, Ziesel. Ziesel took it away from Griffin. Out to Taft and hands it off to Kramer. Kramer top of the key. Vikes in a man-to-man. Here's a 3 on the way, and it's partially blocked. But Ziesel comes up with a loose ball and is fouled as she puts it back up. And the foul is going to be on Kelsey Griffin. So Earl's got a piece of the ball, but it came up short and went right to Ziesel, and she was fouled by Griffin.
Yeah, Ziesel, a couple of offensive rebounds in that possession. She's a pretty good player, too. She averages 11.3. She's one of the seniors, one of the few seniors on this team.
Yeah, you look at this squad. Rutledge is a senior. Ziesel is
Rutledge
senior.
a junior, I think.
Oh, she's a junior,
she's a junior, yeah.
Ziesel is senior. Reed is senior. But they're pretty young. Here's the second free throw by Ziesel, and it is good. So she has a couple of points, and it is 4-2.
I think she's a junior.
Yeah, she is a junior. Here's Paris Johnson at the top of the key, guarded by Ziesel. Now gives it around to DJ. DJ off to Kelsey Griffin. Griffin top of the circle. Back
Kelsey needs to take that shot.
Yep. DJ drives free throw line. Talea. She'll take it free throw line down the middle. Go baseline to Horton. Her shot is long, and I think it was last touched by Talea Earl. I agree with you. Kelsey Griffin, they're letting her have that shot right at the top of the key. She can make that shot. She needs to take it.
And if she can knock down her first 3, that could launch her into a big game. And she had a good look that time. The Vikes moved the ball well, got it to her beyond the arc, and very unselfishly, she made another pass. But sometimes you've got to be a little, I don't say selfish, but got to take that shot.
Well, she shoots 42% from the field, so she can score. Here's Taft, baseline. Ziesel drives inside over Griffin, walked with it. There was a little contact, but that ruled incidental, and she kind of bounced off of Kelsey and took a couple of steps.
Yeah, good. The Vikes have played pretty good defense so far. Held this team to 2 buckets, but we've got to get the offense untracked here.
We've played 3 minutes. It's 4-2. Senior Day, we'll have the ceremony on Stretch and on live stream as they introduce the seniors between games. Horton goes baseline, puts up a shot. Ooh, a travel. Well, she was hoping that was the second foul on Jayla Rutledge, but they called it a walk instead.
And there was contact, but I guess that Kiana must have shuffled those feet before the contact happened.
Well, I'd keep going there because
I would too,
get a couple fouls on Rutledge early. Here's a 3, top of the key, won't go. Rebound, Paris Johnson. Shot was missed by Reed. Quickly ahead. Kelsey. Griffin takes it baseline all the way to the rack, puts it up short, and the rebound, Earls. Kicks it out to Johnson. Johnson, top of the key to DJ. Jenkins yo-yos that basketball with the left hand. Now drives around to the baseline. Nowhere to go. Kicks it back out to Horton. 17 on the shot clock. As here's Talea, top of the key. One dribble. Fires it to DJ. She'll crank a 3. It's good. That's her first bucket in a couple of games. First basket her mom has seen her make in 2 years live, and she's happy about it.
Yeah, she's excited over on the far side. DJ did not score in that game Thursday night against Culver. We need her offense. She averages almost 9 points a game.
Her mom, Zena, said she hadn't seen her play live since she was in junior college 2 years ago. Now here's Reed, drives around Horton, misses the shot. And now another shot taken. A foul, I think, is going to be called on Talea.
Talea, yeah, Rutledge was fouled. So, yep, it's on Talea, and that'll be her first.
Interesting, because a lot of times you don't want your best offensive player or leading scorer having the toughest defensive assignment, but that's what Tim's chosen to do this afternoon.
Well, Talea is athletic enough to stay with Rutledge.
Rutledge hits the free throw.
It looks like Griffin is going to guard Ziesel.
And let's see who's checking in here. It's going to be Lexi Villegas, the 5'11" freshman.
We've settled nothing so far, 5-5.
Second free throw by Rutledge is no good. Ball goes out of bounds. It was last touched by the Vikings, so they could not corral that rebound. Villegas is out of Kansas City, Kansas, by the way, just into the ball game. So the Ravens are 3 out of 4 from the line, and they lead at 5. It's tied at 5 after the three-pointer by Jenkins. Here's a 3 by Ziesel, won't go. Long rebound, Kelsey Griffin. It comes to us. And there's a fight for the ball, and let's see, it was last touched by Kelsey as she and Ziesel both come our way.
And Kelsey just bounced off the scorer's table. You
Kelsey.
Probably heard the thud, boy, she dove headlong right into that wooden table.
A little bit to our right. She made sure she didn't run over us. Here's a pass inside. Villegas, nice spin move. She looked to her right, spun back to the left, and laid it off the
Vikings
glass.
wanted to travel, and I'm not sure that they're not right. I thought maybe she took an extra step that time. Nonetheless, it will count.
Here's DJ, drives baseline, flips up a shot, and a foul on Taff. And Taff has that look on her face like, how am I supposed to stay with that?
Yeah, where did she come from?
That's the first on Allie Taff. Okay, no one's probably more happy than these Benedictine players and coaches and staff when they hit the highway today and found out that it was in good shape.
Oh, yeah. He said they did not get that much ice up there. I guess east of here it was much worse than it was here and west and north of here.
Yeah, we had quite a bit more ice and snow. She hits both free throws, and we're tied at 7, does the DJ.
If you gave an award for the quickest player in the conference, I would say DJ Jenkins would win it hands down.
He's right there. Here's Kramer. Out front, Villegas, out of Taft. DJ reaches in, tries to slap that ball away. Ziesel, top of the key, Kramer, off to Rutledge, holds it. Play on her. Now they find Taft, free throw line extended right. Her shot is good for 3. Taft pops a 3, and it's 10-7. We're 5 minutes into the first half.
This team traditionally has shot a lot of three-point shots. They like to shoot beyond the arc, and they're normally very good at it.
Paris Johnson, throws it in the back court. Can DJ save it? No. Paris thought that Kelsey was going to stay out by the Viking at mid-court, and she cut to her right, and that's where Paris's pass went, and that poor little ball just bounced toward half court, and nobody there to pick it up.
Nothing you can do about that.
DJ almost saved it. But it's an over and back call, and the ball comes back to the Ravens. Villegas, top of the key, Rutledge to Taff on the right side. Back out front, Ziesel fakes the 3 around a screen by Rutledge. Hands it to her. Rutledge tries to go back door to Ziesel. Ball knocked away. Villegas takes it, missed it. Horton had the rebound, lost it. It goes to somebody's legs, and last touch by Talia Earls.
Well, Kiana Wharton had that rebound. Looked like it maybe had grease on the ball or something. That ball just slipped right out of her hands and went out of bounds, but she did a great job going up in the crowd and getting that loose carom, but she was the last to touch it. Back to the Ravens.
Here's Kristen Murphy, 5'11" freshman, Olathe, Kansas, into the game for the first time for the Ravens. Vikes have yet to make a substitution. Now they get it to Earls. She has Paris Johnson on her back as she puts up the shot, will shoot 2, and Tim Dixon wanted an offensive foul. I mean, Rutledge just took Talia Earls on her hip and just basically shoved her out of the way.
And Paris Johnson said, "You're not going to do that. I'm not that big, but I'm going to ride you like a horse." She needed a saddle on that.
Yeah. Maybe she. First foul on Paris. And the free throw is good.
Paris, we call her instant offense, but she was pretty explosive defense that time.
Second free throw is good. Of course, Valley rodeo team, Tim O'Connell is the number 1 ranked bareback rider in the world.
Listen, I'm not sure he can get on his horse any quicker than Paris did that time.
Maybe we need Tim to come and show her how to do that. But by the way, that is quite an accomplishment. I saw the young man yesterday, and I looked at him and I said, I don't think I've ever known anyone personally that was number 1 in the world at something. And he is number 1 in world bareback riding.
Well, and Coach Ken Mason and his staff, they have a great rodeo program here. It maybe doesn't get quite the attention that, say, football, basketball, some of these so-called major sports, but they do a very good job, and they're outstanding at the national level.
Yep, they really are. Okay, they wipe up a little more of the moisture from the court. Here come the Vikes. DJ dribbles out of a trap, gives it off to Kelsey Griffin. Griffin tries to go baseline left side, takes it all the way in, scores. There you go, drove right to the basket. Kelsey gets her first bucket. It's 12-9. Vikes within 3. 14 minutes to go in the half. Taft, Kramer, top of the key. Gives it off to Rutledge. Andres Gusto ready to come in for the Vikes. Villegas into Rutledge. Turns, kicks it back out to Kramer. 10 on the shot clock. Now to Taft.